What up everybody, Beach Pipe Tackle here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make my rod spikes for surf fishing on the beach.
So as you guys know, there's usually PVC pipes, and either they have like some steel at the bottom or like some plates and stuff. It's totally unnecessary. Just for me, I go to Home Depot. You can go to Lowe's or whatever else you have near you that's a hardware store, and just get a 2-inch wide PVC pipe, look like that. And for me, they're 10 foot, which is perfect. I can get 2 rods out of them. Just mark halfway down, get a measuring tape, bring it with you. 5 foot, put a little line, and then cut it at a, I don't know, like 30 to, we'll call that 45-degree angle. And once you're done, bring it back home, and I'll show you the next few steps. All right there. I do like to have a couple of different grits of sandpaper. If you don't want to do this, it's not necessary. Just go to Home Depot, cut them in half at an angle like that, and that'll be good to go. You can just, you know, bury them a foot to 2.5 feet maybe if you need to, and you'll be set to go. They won't pull out, they won't break. These black ones, first time buying them, they didn't have the white ones today. They are lighter, and I don't remember the white ones saying not for pressure. I don't know if that means they're not gonna flex when a rod's in them. I'll update you guys on that if that is the case, but either way, I typically just take my rod out of the holder once it's bit anyway, so that shouldn't be a problem. And these will do just fine. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this is 100 grit. Maybe this is 150, and this is maybe 400 or 1,000. I'm not sure, but that's what I like to use. Not necessary, but it does in fact help as far as like the longevity of your rods, because when they're in here, these edges are sharp, and over time they will cut up the grip and the butt of your rod. So I like to sand them down nice and smooth here as well on the edges and on the outside, and then on the bottoms I'll just sand off all this extra little knurling and high spots, and I'll make it flat so it's not slicing up your car, or it's in case it somehow stops momentum getting deep into the sand. But pretty simple and straightforward. So now, as you guys can see, this is what I was just working on. It's nice and smooth, rounded out. There's no more blemishes on the side. It's not sharp. It's not gonna like scratch up your car or anything, but it'll still dig right into the dirt, no problem. And it's smooth on the inside as well. And then this one, it's obviously still rough, and it's all knurled up and just not ideal. At the end, you'll actually be putting your rod into, and what I like to do is I'll sand around the outside edges just so that it's smooth. I personally like to do it that way. The outside doesn't really matter. What you want to do is make sure this is nice and flat and smooth, so that doesn't scratch up your reel if it slacks up and drops on it, or if you just leave yours sitting there anyway. And then this inner ring right here, it'll scratch up like the grip section of your rod down by the butt. So when you smooth this out, even if your rod's sliding up and down, if you have to pull it out, if it's not like sitting at an angle waiting for a fish, or if the fish is taking it and it's like putting pressure against it, it's not going to cut in because it's nice and rounded off. And so what I'll do is I'll start with a heavier grit just to get the edges off, and then I'll move to the more smooth fine sandpaper, and then that'll really give it that rounded soft texture. So that'll start off kind of looking just like taking the tip, slide that over, and then just, you can do some circles up and down, back and forth, a mixture. It doesn't really matter, just as long as that feels nice and smooth, happy to you. Yeah, a tube like this at Home Depot, I think it costs me usually 12 bucks for 10 foot, and you can make 2 5-foot rod holders out of that, so that's what, $6 a piece. Or if you go to a tackle shop or other YouTubers online, they're selling these for up to $100 per tube. I just, it's totally unnecessary, and believe it or not, like, you're gonna hold the same amount of fish and the same amount of pressure if you have it buried enough. You know, if you just put it in there 4 inches in the sand, yeah, it'll probably fall out. But you know, if you smack it with a rubber mallet, like a 1 or 2 pound mallet, and then you suction it back and forth, like digging it in the sand and then pushing down when you come back each way. I'll show you guys how to do that in another video, but that suction will just keep it nice and tight in the sand, and If you're hitting it down with a mallet, you don't even have to worry about that. You can just smack it down, 1 or 2 feet, and you'll be ready to go. So, all right, yeah, that feels good to me. And we'll start on the inside. Perfect. Okay, I'll fold this in half now. Now I'll take my second coat and I'll go over it with a bit more fine sandpaper, and I'll just give it a wrap and smooth out those edges real nice. Perfect. I mean, that's already enough. So here we go. Hit the inside real quick. And just like that, we're all set. Now, what you can do is you can just kind of wrap duct tape here, go down, make some designs, get cool different types of tape, whatever. I'll just do like this one, a little bit different than the other ones. Set a piece of electrical tape, 2 bars, another set, and make them all feel a little different. Or that one, as you can see, got a bunch of different stickers on them. Just feel free to get creative with it. Stand out, make yours look more attractive to the fish. Good luck charm. And have bragging rights amongst your homies who just buy a regular cheap one at the tackle shop, and then little, I don't even want to call it steel, like aluminum leg bends out and flies in the ocean because a big bat ray came by and scooped it up real fast. So definitely the superior way, in my opinion. This is the 2-inch pipe, like I said earlier. As of the 1.5 inch pipe, I believe, one of the two. But for any real heavier type rods, at least a 2-inch pipe is good. Those, they will work, but oftentimes you'll pull the whole tube out of the ground, not just your rod, because of the tension from the fish pulling at an angle. So I'll use those just for little bait rods or light surf rods that aren't really thick blanks, and that'll do the trick just fine. But these 2-inch ones, perfect for your heavier game stuff. So here's kind of the collection of my rod tubes to give you guys an idea. Got just a few different designs, nothing too crazy. You can find whatever tapes you like and make it all spiced up, or you can paint over them or print out pictures or something. That's probably a little bougie, but yeah, just usually stickers. They're pretty cool. Find these at whichever event shows you got, or local tackle shops, or you buy gear online or something. They'll throw them in there. So yeah, let me know if you guys want some beach bite tackle stickers. I'll get those made for you guys if you're interested. And essentially, that's how you make a rod tube for $5 instead of buying them for $30 to $100. Have a good one. Beach Bite Tackle out.